Hello again. Today, boys and girls, we are talking about the next item that is going on the car, which is the Driven Innovations Intercooler Kit. As you already saw, that monster-sized black anodized intercooler and all the aluminum piping that go with it, that I got powder coated by Espo, if you don't already know, and all the couplings, T-bolt clamps, and the hardware. Huge kit, high quality kit, pretty much as custom as it gets. Let's talk about why I bought it. Looking for an intercooler kit, I was going to have one custom made for me. Now, I already kind of ran through the idea of maybe making a short route intercooler kit, and I stumbled onto Tom at Driven Innovations, who had already created one. On top of that, he also built a phenomenal intercooler for the kit itself. So I took a look at the pictures, I saw the design, I saw where the parts went, and they all made amazing sense. I pretty much called the guy, said I'm gonna take a ride out to your shop. He's in Jersey, and we're gonna see what you're all about. You're gonna show me what you're all about, and I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions, and we'll see if I'm gonna be doing business with you or not. I'm gonna see if that intercooler and the kit that you make is up to my standards, which are pretty high. So after going there, talking with the guy, amazing person, very good engineer, has a shop that is massive, like 9 CNC machines, which is insane. He does other things for his income, but he loves cars and he's a fabricator. So he fabricated this kit just because he felt like it. He, kind of like me, wanted to make something that nobody else makes and wanted to make the best possible part for the GTR intercooler wise. And intakes, it all works together. So, me and him talked, loved what he was about, ordered my kit, got my kit, got it all done, A+ on the transaction. Everything went well, great guy. If you want to do business with him, go right ahead. You may also buy this kit from Doug at Weapons Grade Performance, because those two do business together, if you don't want to deal with Tom directly. So let's get into it. Some fun facts first, because I just have to, right? Tom over at Driven Innovations was the first person to come out with a short route intercooler. I'm going to explain what a short route intercooler is a little later, if you don't know what that is already. So he was the first to come out with that intercooler. He was also the first to come out with the billet end tanks on the intercooler itself that I showed you. Very nice. Beautiful construction. he also uses the correct cores for the intercooler, which is extremely important. And when I say extremely, I mean extremely important. Well, let's get into it. Since he was the first one to make the short route intercooler and the billet end tanks, it's funny how, somebody comes out with a sick product and then all the fucking vultures go buy that shit, say they're gonna sell it for him, right? And then they go ahead and copy it. If you go shop around and see other intercooler kits that are similar to that one, copies. But that's the industry. That is the industry we live in. Somebody makes something nice and all the other assholes just go and copy it, right? And they copy it with different parts. Well, different parts in different dimensions for the parts. It's not a direct copy because that would pretty much be too fucking obvious. But it's, it's the same shit, but it's just not as good. That's why the Driven Innovations kit is still the best. Why I bought it. So, let's talk about the intercooler. Most important thing about keeping your air temps nice and cold and crispy. Besides the whole billet end tanks, which are all welded together and all beautiful and all amazing, the cores of the intercooler is what's more important. Okay? They are not fuck Chinese cores. They are not eBay cores. They are not cores from God knows where, Thailand, Bangkok, fucking I don't know. They're not. Okay? These are Garrett cores. They are the most amazing cores that you can buy. For that price range. There are better cores out there, but the price goes from like, just an example, $1,000 a core for a Garrett core, and then the next best thing, the next core that's going to be better, like some company in Europe or some shit. There's companies that make better cores. 1,000, and then the next step up, which is a better core, same dimension and all, is going to be like 10 grand. So 1,000 and 10 grand is pretty substantial amount of difference. So we all go with Garrett cores. Anyway, Garrett cores, they are the best cores that you can buy. They are the cores you want, okay? If you buy an intercooler kit, make sure you contact the company and you ask them, what cores are you using? Where are you buying them from? Can I see the transaction of, the cores that you bought for that intercooler, or the intercooler that you're pretty much making for me? Because a lot of companies don't use Garrett cores. They don't. I know AMS doesn't use it. I know ETS doesn't use it. I could be wrong. They might be using them now because it's kind of starting to bite them in the ass. Having a Chinese core versus a Garrett core, it's a huge fucking difference. So, at some point now, since the time has kind of passed for, it's been a while since the GTRs are out, and it's been a while that these companies have been selling you this product, which is shit. and charging you a shit ton of money like AMS, selling you some fucking Chinese piece of garbage, right? Not even Garrett fucking cores, and then charging you God knows how much fucking money for it. It's retarded. That's another reason why I would never buy, an intercooler kit from a huge company, because I just don't trust them. I know what Garrett cores look like, but again, I would rather custom make my own shit, or work with somebody that I trust that's gonna buy me the right shit. Okay, I don't want anything but Garrett on my car. Okay, Garrett cores are the best. They've been the best for a long time, and they cost money. Cost a lot. Okay, Chinese shit costs nothing. Garrett cores cost a lot. Like, just in cores alone on that kit, I don't know. Well over $1,000. Well over $1,000 just in cores. If it was Chinese shit, it'd be like fucking $200 in cores. And then you get it. So Garrett cores. Garrett cores are a must to have on your intercooler. That intercooler, also, the end tanks are very slim. The construction is perfect. The air goes through it and comes out perfectly. 3-inch. 3-inch in, 3-inch out. That's what you want. You want 3-inch piping on the cold side. Everything made out of aluminum. So the intercooler is also the biggest one you can buy without cutting up a bunch of shit and modifying a lot of shit. You just need to kind of trim away at the shroud so it just goes above it and everything gets mounted perfectly and you're done. I don't know who makes a bigger fucking, to be honest, that's as big as you want to go, air to air. I mean, if you get any bigger than that, what the hell's the point? Go air to water, because that shit alone is like 40 plus pounds, because it's a big ass core. It's a big intercooler. 40 plus pounds, that intercooler. That's a beast. At that point, I mean, going any bigger, I mean, what are you doing? There's no point. I don't see any point in it. I'd rather go air to water already, because that's where shit's gonna get real. Okay? I don't want to deal with air to water, so that's pretty much the nicest shit you can buy without cutting up a bunch of shit and just getting unnecessary. You know what I mean? So, 3-inch piping, all aluminum, very lightweight, very nice. That beast is heavy, so the piping at least makes up for it. And then you got all your little black couplings and all the other shit that comes with it. 3-inch, that's what you want. You want 3-inch. You want big. You want the biggest pipe, because some people offer I don't know, 275. I don't know why. 3-inch is what you want on the cold side. Now, the intakes. You could have either 3-inch or 3.5-inch. Go big or go home, right? So fuck it. Buy 3.5-inch intakes. More air. Better for, if you ever want to build your car for 1,000 plus horsepower or in the future, right? Like, you buy these parts, like you buy this intercooler. This intercooler is going to cover you for a lot of horsepower. You're going to be good now and later. You won't have to sell your shit and be like, have to buy this intercooler or a bigger race intercooler, when you already bought it already. Now, again, let's talk about the design. Short route. What does that mean? Now, this intercooler changes up the positioning of things, around your engine bay. So, as you are aware, on your GTR, the intakes go inside the front bumper. Not the best place for intakes to draw in air because they're kind of in your bumper. Not really a lot of air moving around that bitch. So, not the best scenario. So the intakes go in your bumper, and then the cold side piping, goes around and then to your intercooler, around and up into the intercooler and down and then into the turbos. The cold side goes to the turbo inlets. What this does is your intakes are now in a different position, okay? So they come out like your turbo inlets come out. Your intakes would go into the bumper. Now your intakes go out and down, all the way down into your, grill area where, the majority part of the intercooler is. And it's right next to the intercooler. Go Google some pictures. You will see where the filters are placed. Good placement. Very good placement. Because now there's a shit ton of air moving in that area, cooling the air, cooling the intercooler and your whole car with the radiator and stuff. There's a ton of air there. Your air filters are getting all that air. There's no restrictions there. It might even be forced induction of air, because the air is moving forward and the intakes are sucking them in, and no restriction. Bigger horsepower when there's no restriction. So the placement of the of the intakes are now pretty awesome. I love where they're placed now. I didn't like where they placed before. The bumpers didn't sound too appealing to me. That's why I kind of wanted to change it up. So the intakes are now in the front bumper. Not in the front bumper. They're down where the intercooler is, or where all the air is moving. Now, since the intakes are out the way, what happens now? So from the turbos comes the cold side piping, goes into the intercooler. Intercooler cools the air. Now air comes out to go back into your intake manifold, but it comes out and in the front bumper where your air intakes used to be. You feel what I'm saying? So they're going in the front bumper and they're going straight up into your throttle bodies and your intake manifold. This is called a short route intercooler kit or system, because it's less area to pressurize, faster spool, more power, just a better design. It really is. I've got tile blow valves, 50 millimeter black, to go with that. And that's it. Is there anything else to cover? No, that's pretty much it. So, again, short route, great intercooler design, correct cores, better placement for the air intakes, for that better air. 3.5 inch, can't go wrong with that for the future. The bigger your intakes, the more noise you hear, more turbo sound. You want to open those things up. Not only are you going to make more power, especially when you decide to build your GTR or whatnot, but they're going to sound real nice. They're going to sound very nice. So that's why I bought the kit. I was going to custom make one for myself, but since one was already made and it was made so good that, I wouldn't really change much on it, because there's really not much to change. It's built right. It's built with the right parts. It's built with the right aluminum. I want American-made shit. I don't want Chinese aluminum. I don't want nothing from, cheap. I don't want cheap shit. That's why I don't buy from other companies. Like I want to know what I'm buying. Okay? That's why I like custom Fabworks exhaust. All American made shit. American made titanium. Keith, Jersey, works on my shit. Everything made here. I know what I'm buying. Okay? Same thing with the intercooler kit. I know what I'm buying. I know what cores I'm getting. I know what kind of quality work I'm getting. I know what kind of material I'm getting. I know everything. That's what I want. That's why I go with the custom stuff. And you have an opportunity to buy this kit, you know, because if I was going to build me a custom one, you probably weren't going to be able to buy it because it's going to be a one-off. But since Tom is actually building these kits for people, they're pretty good for you. You know what I'm saying? And pretty convenient for me because he just built it because he has all the jigs and I didn't have to give him my car or anything like that. So it works out great for me. The filters I bought with this, I didn't show you. They're the green. Well, you can't see it, but it's green. They're the green open-end filters. This shit's important, man. 3.5 inch. Oh. Anyway, you want this filter open-end because you want the most amount of air. The less restriction air filter you have, the better. So any filter that's open-end is what you want. And that covers that. We're going to make another video when this is on the car. You're going to see it. If you're interested, do your own research. That intercooler is enormous. The air temperatures it creates are low as hell. It's been already tested, so I don't even need to. There's already data on this. Oh, and I don't know if I should say this, but yeah, no, I think it's fine. Alpha from Induction, my tuner, actually had a car already with one of those Driven Innovation kits. And even though he doesn't sell those kits, he's not a dealer for him or whatnot, because, you know, it's all kind of custom. When I asked him, you know, I was like, listen, what do you think about it? And his answer was just like, that shit is awesome. You know, for him to put his stamp of approval on that intercooler kit, especially when he doesn't even sell it, means a lot. Means that thing is good. And it should be. The construction is there. The way it's made, the parts it's made out of, it's there. Everything is there to make power. Everything is there to keep the air temperatures low. That plus that carbon fiber intake manifold, oh shit. Good. I'm praying for my motor. That's all I gotta say. I'm praying for my motor. We're making 675 now with just an exhaust, down pipes, mid pipe, and then the tail section and a tune. Everything's stock up front. So when we add that carbon fiber intake manifold and then we put that intercooler kit on with those intakes, I don't know what's gonna happen. My poor transmission and my poor engine, Alpha has ensured me that nothing is gonna blow up. So hopefully we make a lot of power and we keep the torque down so we don't fucking bend rods and blow up transmissions. Hopefully. So I think I covered all of it. Driven Innovations intercooler kit is the shit. It's going to work well for you now, and it is definitely going to work well for you in the future if you go build your shit and make well over 1,000 horsepower, which might happen to the Nismo. Problems. So, got it all covered, showing you all the parts, told you why I bought them. A little sloppy, but as you all know, everything's uncut. I don't do shit. I turn the camera on and I just talk to you guys about all the facts and shit that I know and why I bought it and blah blah blah. No secrets here. Okay, so buy it if you want. Wait to see what happens with my car, but again, like I said, that is been already tested. It's been done. That already has high marks. Like we already know that intercooler kit is the shit. Okay. I would go so far as to say that the Driven Innovations intercooler kit, I would go so far as to say it is the best kit that you can buy for your GTR. It really is. It really is. If I go out shopping right now for another intercooler kit, there's nothing I could buy that's better than that. Unless I go air to water. So that's saying a lot. And you know me, if there was, I'd either buy it or I'd tell you about it. But there's not. Driven Innovations, double thumbs up. Tom, thank you very much for providing me with this product. Takes them a little while to build it, so if you order yours, be prepared to wait a little bit. I think it's 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'm not sure. He gets all the parts, everything gets put together, gets welded properly, everything gets done right for you. You have your options of intakes, you have your options of couplings and T-bolt clamps, or those other fancy looking fucking things. I keep on forgetting what they're called. I've never used them personally, so I just don't know. But they're more money. And well, I don't know. I'm just with all my other cars, it was couplings and T-bolt clamps holding all my shit together, and it worked good for me, so that's what I stuck to. And you have also the option of the filters. Get it all done, get it all bought, packaged up for you. It's nice, easy. You could do it yourself if you want, or you could, send it on to a shop. They'll do it for you. Everything bolts in. Nothing is cut, changed, except for the shroud, just a little bit, so the intercooler pops up, Yeah, and that's it, man. Nice and simple. We like simple, okay? We love simple. The simpler, the better. Built with the right parts, everything works out good. So, I'll catch you on the next video when everything is on the car. Car is going to the shop soon. Everything's going to get buttoned up. There's going to be another video of... another parts video that's going to be added to the Nismo. Go fast, some more go fast parts. And that's it. We're starting off the season right. Some big parts, and we're really going to see what the Nismo is made out of. What can we actually get away with this car, with everything that I've purchased and put on it. And then have Alpha fly out here and tune it for me. So that's it. I'm going to cut out. Enough bullshit. I'll see you later. Peace out. Have a good night.